Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we're doing a product preview of the Heco INC 2602 stereo in ceiling speaker. Now this speaker can be run as a stereo standalone speaker or as a left or right. If you do that, you'll just have to bridge the two coils across, so red to red, black to black, if you want to run it that way. But traditionally it's made as a single speaker for bathrooms, toilets, spa rooms, or it might be just a room where it's a very small room where you just want the stereo speaker above your head rather than having two speakers in the room. Very, very popular concept, and again, great sounding product. If you haven't heard of Heco, they've been around for over 50 years. They're a high fidelity brand. They do audiophile, high-end floor standards, bookshelf speakers. It's all musical, really respected brand in Germany. So this speaker, as we've gone up the range, you're going to notice there's a huge difference here. I mean, we've got a whole different driver. The tweeters have changed. We'll just give you through some information on this one here. We've got the dual voice coil, which I told you about. You've got two 19mm soft fabric tweeters. They are a really nice musical clinical speaker. They're part of the high-end range. So you've got a two-way high-end built-in loudspeaker, so they're using their home audio speaker technology into the ceiling speaker. You've also got moisture-proof, which I mentioned, so it can go into humid rooms like bathrooms and toilets and stuff like that. You've got a 160mm woofer and the two 19mm tweeters that I talked about. It's got a nice low-resin cool metal polypropylene woofer cone. They've got the other thing that I liked about this unit, you've got the tweeter settings, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. It's quite cool what they've done with that. And also, the rating side of things, we're dealing with 100 RMS, 180 max. You've got a 90 dB, so very efficient. It can do, impedance can be 2 times 4 ohm. It's also 35 through to 30,000 hertz. So you can see again that sort of audiophile territory. It's actually got a very musical range there. Recommended amplifier 30 through to 160. So let's just take a look. The thing that as I just mentioned before, that it was the first thing that took my eye, is the switches for the tweeters are actually inside here. So when they're mounted in the ceiling, you don't have to take the speaker back out to change that setting. So if the tweeters are too bright, you can go minus. If they're not enough, you can go plus. And also there's the two switches for obviously the independent tweeters. You can see in there now we've got a nice high-end, I recognise those drivers from the home audio range. So again, you've got that quality in your in-ceiling. And of course, the big change around the back here now, you're looking like this is just packed with circuitry. I mean, really, look at the crossovers. I mean, it really is a fantastic setup. And you can see there, you've got the switch to decide whether you want 2 ohm or 4 ohm. And again, you've got your left and right inputs, and if you are going to run this as a left and then buy a second one as a right because you like it so much you want 2 of them, you just red to red, black to black, and then off to your amplifier, and just treat it as a whole speaker. So you just need to combine the red and black to black, and then so effectively just come off here, off to your amplifier, take that across to there, and take that across to there, and you effectively can run it as a left or a right. If you're not doing that and you want to run it as a stereo speaker, just put your left into one side and your right into the other, and you can run that as a stereo speaker above your head, and it can go in, as I said, toilets, bathrooms, kitchens. You don't necessarily need to have a pair of speakers. You can do it in a single speaker, and it's very effective. Tweeters, again, you can push on them, they can move, so you can actually angle them to suit, so you can have one going one way and one going the other. And again, when it's in its as a stereo speaker, left and right will be, you can configure that when you're sitting below it, which way you want them to run. But all in all, what a fantastic looking speaker, right? It really, you can tell the quality straight off the bat when you pick it up. Again, the grill, so you've got a paintable grill. The grill, as I said, just clicks in there. And for your mounting side of things, they provide obviously the cutout, and again, the little black stuff that don't throw those, that's just to hold the grill in. And again, if you need to take the grill out, there, little hook, and that just allows you to pull the grill out. And as I said, in this circumstance, you can adjust that tweeter setting without having to take the whole speaker out, which is fantastic. Now, if you'd like more information about this Heco INC 2602. You can just duck on to hifihq.co.nz for New Zealand or hifihq.com.au for Australia. If you're outside those regions, just Google search Heco speakers and you will find the German website. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little short preview, and again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice.